Stream today. My name is Harsha. I am from Sindog Media, where we help you to market even better. And this morning is a wonderful morning, just like every other morning. We are streaming across Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Daily Motion, and more. If you have any questions, please be sure to send those through on my mobile, which is +61 426 794 189, and I will get them and I'll be able to answer them as we go. If you have any videos you'd like us to make, any problems that you're having in your marketing or sales, do send those through as well, and we'll be sure to look at making a video in the future about those. So what we're going to go through today is all about emails. How do we handle emails? What do we do when we're sending emails? I'm not talking about just, customers that but what about people that, that you've just met? Maybe you've been at a business networking event. Perhaps you are engaging on an email campaign as an outreach to businesses you don't already know. We're not going to go into all the kind of the legality around sending emails. The only caveat I'll mention is don't spam, right? If you're going to send an email, send one and have an unsubscribe option in there. So it is very easy for them to unsubscribe. You've provided an option there. So, it's just common sense. People can't come back and say, hey, there's no way I could get myself off that list or whatever emails you're sending. So just be logical in that process before you send it out. So, and also what I think people struggle with emails is you're not sure what to write. You're not sure how to send them. You're not sure if it's going to be received. So we're going to touch on a few points. There's quite a few more, but we're going to touch on a few points today just to give you a little bit of an edge on how you can approach the subject, how you can maximize the potential for your email to be read. And it's probably, in this case, in emails, more is actually less. Sorry, less is more. uh, you know, just keep that in mind. Less is more as opposed to more is less. So apologies for that. I got my terminology a little bit mixed up, it being morning, but I'm not going to make excuses. So remember, if you want some support on your email strategy, on crafting some email campaigns, whether it be on a platform of your choice, it could be MailChimp, which we've used in the past, MailerLite. There's a few out there. We have moved to a product called High Level, and I will give you a glimpse of that as we go through this process, as we go through the tips on emails. I'm just going to quickly open that up so we're ready to go, which I didn't do when we started. However, that will be loaded in the background. Okay, so just have the High Level account running in the background so we can have a quick look when we are ready. And I'll show you a couple of email campaigns that we've sent out. Okay, so let's get started on today's slides so you can have a look at some tips for customer emails. So I'm just going to share those slides now. Okay. All right. There we go. So tips for customer emails. First tip is ensure the timing is first thing in the morning. Now, this could be first thing in the morning or the last thing at night, just before midnight, if you can arrange that for it to be scheduled to be sent out. Why do we do this? The main reason is we want that email to be on top of their email box as soon as they go in. As soon as the customer opens their email, it will be the first thing that they see. What are the chances of it being read? It's going to be, it'll have a much higher probability of being read if you send it first thing in the morning or you schedule it to be sent first thing in the morning. So keep that in mind when you are delivering emails. Now, these tips are a mix of both, technical as well as the writing and so forth. So include no graphics, hyperlinks, or all caps text. Now, I've gone to the extreme of saying no. You could include a mix, a balanced mix of graphics, hyperlinks. I would avoid all caps if you can, just like I've used in these slides. I wouldn't use it in email. Mainly what I say no graphics, hyperlinks. Think about how your friends would normally write to you. Think about how your family would, or even your business colleagues would normally write to you. And 9 times out of 10, there's not going to be any graphics. There's not going to be many hyperlinks. And certainly no all caps unless they are really upset about something with you. So there is much higher probability of it actually going through a provider, an email provider, and for a customer to be able to see your email. Keep the emails ultra short. So emails if you're consistently emailing them. The reason for this is personally, if I get a really long email, I'll go, okay, that is a lot for me to digest right now. I'm going to put it in my to-do list. And when do you come back to your to-do list? Tomorrow, the day after, 2 weeks from now? You've got best of intentions to come back to that email as soon as possible. But the likelihood is it's going to actually get buried in your email and your to-dos, and you never come back to it. So what is the easiest way for your email to be read by a brand new customer, someone you've met at a networking event, or even an existing customer, is for you to keep it 1 to 2 sentences. I know that is going extremely short. However, you've got to condense your message into those 2 sentences. So keep that in mind. And also, this makes your job a little bit easier. You're going to write less text, but keep them pointed as to what you want the outcome to be. Avoid sending multiple emails asking for the same thing. The last thing you want to do is to be spamming your customers, is to be annoying them, is to be bothering them. So keep to a point. The next step from this is you send an email, you wait a period of time. You could send a text message or you could give a phone call. We went into phone calls yesterday. So each day is structured so you do something a little bit different. However, in your emailing strategy, if you want a particular, and we've all done it, right? We've all kept emailing. We've all going, okay, why isn't this person responding? Pick up the phone and give a phone call. It might be the fastest way to solve your problem. So, or get a response from the customer. Now, be prepared for them to say no. Have your, list of objections and be able to work through those. If they're going to have objections to whatever product you're selling, be able to work through those so the customer understands, what that may entail, and they may actually be satisfied at the end by how you handle those objections to make a buying decision. So spelling and grammar is important, no matter how much you think it isn't. It is. If you see any spelling errors or grammar errors in these presentations, it's going to be noticed. Yeah, and certain times, because we are doing these live and we're constantly doing these videos, you may pick up some of those things. And do you think they'll be picked up on email? They certainly will. People will judge you immediately on your grammar and your spelling. So keep that in mind. Double, triple, quadruple. Check them as before you send them out. I find, I've done a lot of documentation throughout my career, and the easiest thing to do here is to write the email and leave it for a day. Come back to it with a fresh pair of eyes, fresh mind, having had some rest, so you can see those mistakes. If you like, you can get someone to proofread them to support you in this process. So, and it also gives you an opportunity to plan your emails, which ones go out. Okay, so at this point, I'm just going to just mention, if you need some support on emails, email strategy, developing newsletters for your company, whether it be internal or sending out a external newsletter. We certainly sent out a campaign over 12 months called the Humanized Business Newsletter, and we did all the mistakes. All these things that I'm telling you, we did them wrong. We included multiple there was so many graphics. There was so many hyperlinks. I don't think we went all caps. There were so many sales messages. Not that there's anything wrong with sales messages, but we weren't really adding value to customers. So we've made all these mistakes, and hence the reason I'm going through these so you don't make those same mistakes. And keep those emails to the point. So if you need some support on your email strategy, how to do it correctly, you can contact me at +61 426 794 189. That's mobile, SMS, or phone. Or you can email contact@syndogmedia.com, or simply go to our website, syndogmedia.com, and you can send us a message directly from there, and I will get it on my phone through High-Level and Lead Connector. Okay, so let's go on to the next tip. Write with both emotion and logic. I'm just going to take a little bit of a drink of tea. Been talking for a little bit. When I say write with both emotion and logic, remember the person, keep the emails, keep in mind who you're writing the email to. There is a human being at the end on the other side reading this. We haven't quite got to well, maybe we have got to, some companies may have got to the point where they are using AI to read their emails. However, 9 times out of 10 at the moment, a human being will be reading your email. So it does not matter who you're writing to, what's going to evoke a response is emotion. So if you're used to writing technical emails, process-driven emails, in a sales context, in a marketing context, you've got to get out of that mindset and go, well, okay, I've got to structure these emails both from logic and emotion. And if you've only got 1 to 2 sentences to write, it can be a little bit of a challenge. And this is where the thought process, this is where the planning, this is where the strategy, this is where your work is, right? Crafting those emails in a sense, there's a little bit of emotion and logic. The logic might be about the features of the product, whereas emotion could be about, how you're going to appeal to their emotion to evoke a response so they write back. So keep that in mind. That's a very handy tip to keep in mind. Tip number 7, keep the email sending frequency consistent. You don't want to have spikes in your email sending. So you don't want to send out 1, 2, 3 emails in one day. If you're sending out 3 emails one day and then none for the next month, and another 3, that might be considered consistent. But from a spamming point of view, it is not, and it will get picked up. So if you're going to send emails weekly, keep to that weekly process. Have a little bit of patience, and then develop the strategy as you go along. Okay, tip number 8, have a clear unsubscribe option. Make sure we mentioned this at the start of the video, give your customers the opportunity to stop receiving your emails. If you've got a friend, if you've got a family member that says, hey, stop, don't send me those things about this particular subject, are you going to continue to do it? If you love them, if you want to maintain a relationship with them, yes, you are. If you want to keep annoying them, yeah, you're going to keep sending it, right? And I know there are a few people out there who's going to keep sending those emails to your family members or friends. However, from a customer perspective, you don't want to get them upset. This is the last thing you want to do, and have a completely clear unsubscribe. That's not. You don't make it bold. Have it at the bottom, a link that they can click and go, stop sending those emails. You're going to get some people who do not like you no matter what you do. And those are not the customers that you want. Just be brave enough to say, I can't please everybody. I can't appeal to everybody. As soon as you do that, the customers that do want you will be gravitated to you. You will attract them. And remember, those customers that fall off your phone book, those customers that phone you up and say, "Hey, I think you're doing something really stupid. Stop doing it." Those are the people that you don't need in your life, right? Those are the people that are the customers that you do not want, and you want to actually purposely filter them out. So have a very clear unsubscribe option, so you do not need to deal with them. I always say, you want those VIP customers. Those VIP customers are going to grow with you. They're going to support you from they've just got positive energy. They're going to love what you do, and you're going to love working with them. So those are the customers you want to attract. And for you to attract those, for you to have that space to attract them into your life, into your business, you need to filter out those customers that don't work with you. And that is in no way form or judgment on those customers that drop off. They're just not in alignment with what you're doing. And it's just not going to be positive energy for you to continue working with them. So have a clear unsubscribe option. Test your emails. Tip number 9 is test your emails with different providers to see how they are handled. So I would do this early on, especially if you're going to email to a large list. See how test out different providers. Now we do use HighLevel. However, you can send out both the system you're sending from, as well as the receiving system. So test it out on how they're received on Gmail, on Hotmail if people still use it, or MSN, Outlook. On different providers, if at all possible. It might be difficult to test how it's going to be received within a company, unless you have someone there that can receive your email and say, "Hey, I received your email," and there's nothing stopping you from doing that, just sending a test email to someone you may know. However, again, with different providers, that the emails may go to spam, may go to their inbox. You just don't know. There is a way to actually test the validity of emails that you have not sent an email to before. And a lot of these, especially HighLevel, provides that service. It is a paid for service on top of your subscription, but however, it's something like 0.02 cents. So it's very minimal, and once it's tested, it's verified, and you don't need to redo it. So it's important that you do a bit of testing along with your strategy to make sure those emails. So make sure you have the highest possible chance of that email being read by the customer and for them to take action. So that is tip number 9. Tip number 10: avoid using the following words: free or earn money fast, which may trigger spam filters. And there could be other words here that you could not include in your emails. Spam filters are getting a lot smarter, especially with the use of AI. So be sure to avoid using words such as these and others that you may come across in your research. Revise, refine, and update email format, strategy, frequency, and approach. I put this last tip in only because it's done and there's no more to do. This is a constantly refining process. If you're going to, and not if you're going to, today's marketing pulse is about email. So this is something you're going to do in your marketing strategy, whether you like it or not, right? I'm going to be bold here and say you have to do email. However, that doesn't mean you're going to send out, mass emails to a list. It could just be you're going to start contacting your customers that you already have. So make sure you revise, refine, and update that strategy, the format of your email. If it's not working, if it's not being read, most email providers will provide you with the stats on was it open or not. So you can gauge how the emails are treated. If you're only getting like a 2% open rate, then there's a problem. You've got to refine your email. It might be the copy writing. It might be the what's in the email. It might be you're just trying to sell too much and you're not adding value. It could be a whole host of things. It could just be you've just sent one email for the year and they're just like, okay, well, who's that? Who's this business? It's just another spam. If you're constantly emailing them every week, they're going to go, okay, what's this business about? Let's have a look. And they'll read it, right? And then once they start reading it, they start gaining value. They'll start to open your emails. And also, have they actually gone to your business? Now, I've said no hyperlinks. However, there is a click-through rate. If you do decide to include a hyperlink, be bold and do it. You can measure those as well. And occasionally you may include hyperlinks in your emails. Again, this is just a guide. It's really up to you to test, to revise, refine, and update. So that's it for today. Thanks for joining in on the video cast today. If you gain some value from this video, please be sure to like it, give us a thumbs up. Be sure to share it on your social media feed. Share it with your family, friends, or colleagues if they're going to get some value from these tips. Be sure to reach out to myself if you'd like to have a chat about your email strategy, what you're planning to do, and if you need some help on that. So you can contact me on +61 426 794 189. In Australia, that's 0426 794 189. You can email contact@sindogmedia.com, or you can simply go to our website, sindogmedia.com, and send me a message directly from the website. Yes, directly from the website, and I will get it on this wonderful tool called Lead Connector, and that is a service that is provided through High Level. So before we finish up, I'll just give you a quick peek on Happy New Year email campaign. Looks like some of it didn't go out. This is one that we did during Christmas. So in High Level, you can basically create a new campaign pretty quickly. So I can either choose select a template, create, name it, new campaign, or let's just say start the new year with success. And it's a blank email. You can code it in, or you can just select a template or create a template. So start from scratch. So again, got a bit of text. I'm not going to go into it too much. So it's fairly easy to build emails in here. You can add images, totally against what we just mentioned. However, let's just, for the sake of this video, there you go. You can include an image there, a link to the link from the image. You can add some body text. So I just call this body text. Okay, so once the email is created, let's just pretend it is created. I can save it. I can send or schedule. Send now. I can schedule it, certain date, certain time. Sender's email. So who, might be contact@sindogmedia.com. Now, with this respect, I would send it from your personal email. This is much more likely to be read, and that's a tip that I didn't give on the slides. However, it is something that I would highly recommend that you do. Put a personal email there. It makes it feel more approachable, right? You're a person, you're writing to another person. The name of your name, the subject line, and you can have some preview text here as well, and who you're going to send it to. So there might be specific contacts that you send it to, and then you schedule it. So that's it. That's it. Using High Level, really easy to do on High Level. So make sure you check out High Level. I will just show you. I mention High Level all the time. If you go to sindogmedia.com and click this Grow Your Business link, you'll be able to get it there. If you want more information, do send us a message and I can go through High Level with you. we do provide support to get high level setup for your business, even if you don't go with the done for you option. So even if you go for the 97 a month US starter package for with high level, we will help you. We'll give you a couple of hours there to help you set it up on your business for your business. There is also an unlimited package for $297 a month, which just includes a lot of bells and whistles. But I think for most businesses, this is a great starting point. So thanks for joining in today. Look forward to catching you tomorrow on the next video. Stay tuned for the marketing pulse today. Make sure you take those actions in your business, and especially with emails today. And again, the review pulse on how you went at the end of the day. Thanks for joining in, and I will catch you.